Oh, sorry. What's going on, guys? This is Magic Part here, bringing you another ORAS Wi-Fi battle. Good start to the day, huh? So yeah, I'm bringing the team back for the last battle, of course, against Sate here. He's got a pretty interesting team, and he's bringing the Spear team, which is, you know, kind of interesting. He's also got the Zoroark, so I kind of need to be afraid of that. Francisco, which was the first battle, I believe, with this team, he did bring his Zoroark. I'm pretty sure that was who it was, so yeah, let's get right into it. So, as the music rolls in louder and louder, he's going to go with the Hariyama, the supposedly Hariyama, but, you're gonna see right here, it's not a freaking Hariyama. As he's gonna taunt me. At this point, I actually thought this was still the Hariyama, but it's obviously not, as he's gonna go for the Dark Pulse here, as I do switch in my physically defensive wall, sorry, as I'm not gonna take this at all well. It's a lot of damage on me, and that's really scary, but I still wanted this thing for the actual Hariyama, kind of, so I decided to switch out, go to my pretty defensive Skun Tank here, and I am a Assault Vest as well, so I'm gonna be able to that just does nuzzle, what? It just does nothing, as my opponent had a pretty big fairy weakness. He had Spiritomb, he had Gudra, also he had Zoroark, and he had Hariyama, all with fairy weaknesses. And then he had like Raikou and then something else. So I'm gonna get that play rough damage off. That's gonna do a good hefty amount to him. But I know these things usually carry Will-O-Wisp, so I can't really risk it. Excuse me. I have to go into Rebel Bones to try to get a Flash Fire boost. He actually just goes for Pain Split though, which was kind of cool on his end. I didn't exactly expect that, but we just you know, share the pain of each other's wounds and stuff. So at this point I'm gonna Mega Evolve because Rebel Bones is a monster. So yeah, Rebel Bones coming in, putting in the finest of work. So Overheat's gonna come through, and it's gonna do a good amount, but clearly this thing's specially defensive, as it's gonna be able to eat that. And with the -2 of the special attack, even another Overheat wasn't gonna kill. So he actually just surprisingly just goes for Dark Pulse. I guess that was his only attacking move. We do see later on that he does have Will-O-Wisp, and he does have Dark Pulse, and he does have Pain Split. Speaking of Pain Split, I'm gonna predict the Pain Split coming through. I'm going to go into my Weezing, try to get a little more health on this thing to try to do stuff, and you know, that's what I'm gonna do. So at this point, we both have recovery. I have Black Sludge and TS leftovers. It would be really cool if I had like switcheroo on the Weezing. I don't even think it gets that, but that'll be pretty radical. I went for the Will-O-Wisp here, predicting him to go for the Will-O-Wisp, and he actually did go for the Will-O-Wisp. So we just trade wisps here, and we just both get burned, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. We both just spit fire at each other. Basically, that's what it is. So, in my opinion, Weezing has the better bars, but you know, I don't, like, that's just my opinion, but Weezing's better. So here I will go for the Destiny Bond, predicting the Dark Pulse or Shadow Ball, whatever he has. He hasn't shown the Shadow Ball yet, but he does go for the Dark Pulse, and that will take me out. So I didn't expect him to go for the Dark Pulse on the turn that I went for Will-O-Wisp. That's why I went for Will-O-Wisp. I would have gone for Destiny Bond, but I kind of predicted him to Will-O-Wisp. I didn't really think he'd just attack straight up, and he didn't do that. So he's gonna, now we both bring in a Pokemon, like, at the same time. He brings in the supposedly Hariyama, as I bring in the Houndoom. I'm gonna switch on out of there, go into my, not my physically defensive wall, but something that can just take a fake out well. And no, this is Zoroark again, and that was really bold by him. He went for a Dark Pulse against my Houndoom when I could easily just murder that thing with like Overheat or Flamethrower or anything. So bold play on his part, but at this point, you know, the boldicity is not gonna shine through, as he will have to take a huge close combat to the face, and it's gonna do much damage, as he does have a Focus Sash, which is kind of bad for me, as you know, he's a Zoroark, so he's gonna get the Flamethrower off here, which is kind of butter, but It's gonna do a really good amount. I can tell that that's modest, and by the damage that he did to my Bronzong, I definitely knew that was a really powerful Zoroark coming through. But it did put in work against my team. It basically shut down my Weezing, and just like got it too weak to the point where I had to sack it off against your team. And it did some good damage to my Sock, and it also took down my Bronzong. That thing ripped a pretty decent hole through my team. But at this point, I'm gonna have to try to find my way into this battle again. I do go into the Skuntank. I want to try to get an Aftermath on this thing, but I'm not sure if that's gonna matter. As you can see, he does get the attack drop from the Play Rough, which is only 10% chance, so I'm kind of lucky to get that one. He doesn't get the Para on Force Palm, which is pretty good, pretty huge for us, as he does have the Flame Orb as well, so we know that's a Guts boosted form for Force Palm. I'm not sure if, I mean, Close Combat probably would have taken me out, but he would have taken a lot of Aftermath damage as well, so I don't know. But at this point, he's gonna go into his Raikou, pop his Air Balloon with the Play Rough. Here I knew I could take a Thunderbolt because of just my natural bulk, and I have max HP and half in special, like 120 EVs in special defense or something, which is really cool. And I also have the Assault Vest. I knew I could take at least one Thunderbolt, but not after he was at +2. I didn't trust the Skuntank, and I still wanted Skuntank for like other things, just generally other things, like Hariyama maybe, to get the Aftermath. But here he will go, or I will go, into the Typhlosion, because I just wanted to sack it off. I didn't really have a use for it in this battle. It was kind of an odd set as well, so yeah. I'm gonna bring in Sock here. Excuse me. And just fire off a Close Combat. Nothing wants to take two of those, especially Pidgeot. If Pidgeot had come in there, that would actually be great. But he knows I'm Scarfed at this point, so he gets a free switch into Pidgeot here. I can't say in, because I need Sock to be locked into a better move like Rock Slide against Mega Pidgeot. I need to create that situation, but at this point I'm going to have to sack off Rebel Bones here, as he will Mega Evolve, which is a Debbie Downer. Debbie freaking Downer. But, I actually did fight a shiny Pidgeot, but it was like, it wasn't Mega. Like, on Wi-Fi, I fought a shiny Pidgeot, but it wasn't even Mega. I'm like, okay. It was like Brave Bird and U-Turn and things like that. It was like a physical set, and it didn't even work. So, at this point, I have Skuntank and Sock left. I'm gonna switch in Sock. He's gonna predict the Rock Slide, or maybe he's trying to sack off Hariyama, but he will go into Hariyama here. And, yeah, this is bad for me. If I had gone for Close Combat predicting that, that would have been really good, because then I would get rid of the Hariyama, and I would still have Skuntank, but unfortunately, well, like, at a good amount of health. But, unfortunately, Skuntank's gonna have to take some damage here from the Fake Out. Yeah, I mean, I guess Fake Out was his best play, as he does go for it here. Just in case I stayed in, which I didn't. But if he had gone for Force Palm there, it probably would have taken me out, because the last Force Palm did about half, even at -1. So the next Force Palm probably would have killed me. But, yeah. Well, I'm not sure. It might have killed me. It might have not, though. So I'm going to Outspeed, get the Pursuit off, just in case he wanted to switch. I was actually not sure if it would kill, but it did. So that's thankful. Let's be thankful for that. So I'm gonna use a Play Rough off. He actually just hit Earthquake, which is interesting, as I kinda hoped I could get a, probably take, I kind of hoped that I could take a Dragon Pulse there, but he went for the Earthquake, so no. At this point I'm gonna go into Sock, and just fire off a Rock Slide is my best play, because I know that I can't one-shot a Mega Pidgeot with Close Combat, so I just have to hope for the Flinch. He actually shows off the Citrus Berry here. If he didn't have the Citrus, I could take him out right there, and then take out the Mega Pidgeot, but he does have the Citrus. If I had gotten another Flinch there, it would have been game for me as well, but I missed the Rock Slide, so that's what really stinks. Takes out my Sock. The best play there was to, try to get the win, because if I had gone for Close Combat, I would have taken out the Goodra, but then the Mega Pidgeot could finish up. I mean, you can calculate all you want, but it was in the moment, and I just thought I could probably not, kill him with the with the close combat. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button. That would be really cool of you, and I'll see you guys next time.